Okay, Assalamu alaikum. Or today I am going to be talking about deciding on what to halal invest. Now, one of the biggest things that stopped me from investing was actually just deciding what to actually halal invest in. And I got this whole kind of paralysis by analysis, just kind of looking at different things and just kind of wasting a lot of time. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about how I finally found what to invest in and how I actually managed to just go for it and actually, start investing and be decisive. So this is Simple Muslim Money. So this is all about simple halal investing and personal finance for Muslims. Just a quick disclaimer, everything that I say here is purely for entertainment and information purposes. None of it is actual investment advice. Now, so let's get into the main video. So what stops people from halal investing? Now, definitely I would say the main thing for me was just fear of kind of losing my money. And that was one of the big things that kind of delayed me from investing in the first place. But what I didn't realize was just by having my money in a bank account, I was losing money anyway, just because of inflation. That's quite a hard concept to kind of get your head around initially, because what does inflation even mean? Surely my money is safe in a bank account. It was kind of this mental, it's like a psychological thing that I had to kind of get over. And one of the things I did was a big thing is that I just did not make any decisions. I did a lot of research. I was wasting a lot of time. There's a lot of sort of procrastination, and I should have just gone through it and just done something. And instead I was just getting information overload. I was just putting myself into a whole spin and just kind of like just going around and around, not really doing anything. And then I heard about index funds, and in particular, I learned about Islamic Index funds, which is basically a way of investing across the top companies. So, like maybe a couple of hundred of the top companies that have been screened from a Islamic point of view, and it generally follows what is known as the index. So it picks up the top companies, and you invest based on how big that company is. So for example, if it's something like Apple or Amazon or something, you probably invest more than some smaller company. And it kind of like does all of this in a very passive way, and it's a very good way to invest. It's something I've spoken a lot about this channel. Islamic index funds is that I keep going on and on about, and I really want to kind of hammer that home. But I have like 90% of my money that includes my pensions, my personal investing, everything like that in index funds, because in the past has shown us, and what a lot of people kind of recommend, like the top investors out there, that's what most people should be doing. It actually beats a lot of the fund managers that are running like these funds that charge you loads of big fees. And and then another thing I definitely want to talk about is paralysis by analysis. Just like looking into information, you end up looking into more information, and just so scared of making the wrong decision. And we are quite lucky now that in terms of Islamic investing, halal investing, and things like that, there are quite a lot of options out there now. More and more options are opening up. There's different funds out there, like the HSBC Islamic Index funds. There's also iShares, which is another one. I saw another one the other day, which is by BNP Paribas, which is like a French investment bank. So there's loads of different options coming out there. There's also Islamic Index funds that follow ESG. ESG stands for environmental, social, and I can't remember what this G stood for as well. So yeah, it's like kind of things kind of in that space as well. So there are a lot of options out there, alhamdulillah, which is really good. But that did sort of hold me back as well. Like I just didn't invest because I didn't know what to do, and I just kind of got so worried, and I just kind of got delayed. But however, one of the things I want to say is that you can always change your mind. This is something Ramit Sethi, I've heard him talk about a lot on his podcast. Ramit Sethi is a personal finance sort of expert out there, really good, really like his stuff, and I listen to his podcast a lot. And it's all about kind of getting his information and then kind of applying it in a kind of halal Islamic sort of context. And what he talks about a lot is just get started rather than procrastinating and not doing anything, because you could always change your mind later. And it's so important just to take action and just to start learning and getting over all of this. So, and the key thing is, and something that he talks a lot about, is like, personal finance, and for Muslims in particular, like halal investing and personal investing is all about the mind and psychology. That is such an important thing when it comes to investing. Like, even if you know what to invest in, like I did, I was still procrastinating, worried I was going to lose my money. And, what I didn't realize was I was losing my money anyway. Just by not doing anything is actually making a decision. So, the key thing is just to start small. And a key thing he talks about, and something I definitely think that helped me massively, is just to build a habit, keep building a habit so that you get used to investing, and start small, build it up. It's all about opening the account. You have all these little things in the way, obstacles in the way, so just do tiny steps. Learn how to put a little bit of money into your investment account. Once you have money in your investment account, the next step is actually investing that money that's inside that investment account. So it's doing all these little steps. Sometimes people think it's complicated. It's not complicated at all. I mean, I wish I had done it earlier and just stopped overthinking and just started doing it. And things get easier. So the more and more you do this, the more and more you end up doing investing and halal investing, buying things and doing stuff like that. It starts to make more sense, and you can even automate it so much so that every month you have money that comes out of your account, goes straight into your investment account, and then that amount gets invested into a Islamic Index fund. And which is what I do. I literally just have money that goes in there all the time. I do that for my kids as well. I've got 2 kids, so I get money invested for them automatically. And the great thing for them is they're starting from a young age. The younger age that they start from, the better, the more time we have for that compounding to kind of take effect. Another key thing I do want to talk about is like the reason why it's so important to get started earlier is that you then have the time to build up that compounding, but also most people, this in their careers, initially they'll start with a certain amount of money, and as they get more and more experience and kind of go up the different levels within their job, or if they move companies or have you, they end up earning more. So it's about building these habits now when you're earning like a modest amount, but then when you end up earning more, you already got the rules and everything all in place, so that as Ramit Sethi likes to call it, you have the money system in place. So if you do get extra money, exactly where you need to funnel that money and kind of automate it and all of that sort of stuff. So that's something that, one thing I do want to say is, I'm not here to scare anyone off. This is very simple to do. But I totally understand, I did overthink things a lot. So it can be done in a very simple way. So I'd just like to say, everyone, thanks for watching. If you really enjoyed that video, really appreciate it if you smash that like button, as it really helps with this YouTube algorithm and helps get this video out to more people. Assalamu alaikum.